Strytan was one of the most amazing dive sites I'd ever seen. The whole adventure started at Erlinder's dive operation, which is an old herring factory north of Akureyri in Iceland. He took us out onto his Zodiac, and then from there across the bay, over to where the actual chimneys were discovered. Seeing the chimneys for the first time was just unbelievable. These huge columns of rock just raising out from the ocean floor, full of hot water. Very unique life. Going up to one of the cracks and seeing that hot water rippling out and mixing with the seawater was just unbelievable. And seeing it for the first time, I wasn't even sure what we were seeing. The heat from it you could feel from a distance away, and as you swam around this column, you could feel the temperature change each time you moved around. For the second dive, Erlinder took us out to a dive site near Strytan, where the small chimney is, as well as a few old friends. This is a wolffish, and in some parts of the world they're called wolf eels. Very interesting fish. They actually are one of the few that mate for life, and when you see them with their partner, it's actually a really enduring sight. They not only will spend a lot of time together, but they'll actually play and interact with each other, much like any other couple would. A lot of people will say they have a face only a mother could love, but wolffish are my opinion, one of the most beautiful creatures in the oceans, and certainly a lot of fun. This interesting critter is called a lumpsucker, and this one in particular laid its eggs right on the chimney, and will spend a lot of time just blowing seawater on those eggs to either oxygenate them or to clear off debris. Around the chimney we saw 6 or 7 of these guys, and most of them had egg bundles and doing the same thing. Very, very interesting to see. At Strytan, every time you turn around, there's a cod staring you straight in the face. These curious little critters will follow you around for your whole dive. Cold water dive would be complete without a hot beverage at the end. At Strytan, fix yourself a pot of hot chocolate right from the hot, fresh water that's coming out of the vent. It is the absolute perfect way to end such a unique dive. Silfra is a very unique place. It's one of the few places on Earth where you can actually touch 2 continents at the same time. The tectonic plates of Europe and North America are separating, and this is the rift that showed up in between them. And at the surface it may not look like a lot, but as you dive down, it just becomes extraordinary. This green algae that grows in the rift actually looks a lot like silly string and was pretty strange to be used to looking at. Down in the rift, he put one hand on North America, one hand on Europe. Never thought you'd ever get to touch both right at the same time. At one point I remember looking up and seeing Karina's silhouette right above me, just thinking, wow, this place is unbelievable. Silfra was such a strange dive site that there was no life except for the occasional Arctic char and the algae, but going into a lagoon at the end with 300 feet of visibility was just breathtaking. I've never been in water quite as clear as that. From the lagoon, it's just a short step back onto the shore, and then just even a shorter walk right back to where you began. We hope you enjoyed the first half of our adventures in Iceland, and the second half features all the adventures we had above the water, and includes some really interesting video of some of the beautiful sights this country had to offer.